when I was diagnosed of a ruptured appendicitis at Oludari Teaching Hospital, where I undergone surgical operation for a period of 4 to 5 hours. In the course of the surgery, I passed out for 2 to 45 minutes to 2 hours.
Wow.
You know, in the process, I saw myself in another realm, you know, as a student who has a lot to offer, as a student who has dreams to accomplish after his stays in university and all that. So I woke up and God brought me to life, and then when I came to life, and a lot came to my mind, and the things I wanted to achieve, things I needed to accomplish as a younger student that time, you know. So there's needs to come up with humanitarian platform who could render financial assistance to people who can't afford their medical bills. My case it calls for testimony because as a student union leader at that time, you know, I vied for the office of the president, so I was respected in the citadel of learning. Maybe that was the reason why the financial assistance was rendered, but I know that wasn't the reason. You know, I decided to come up with this crowdfunding for people, because giving it back to the society, that's all that is necessary of me and others. So that's why we came up with the Gifting Volunteers Network, impacting and saving lives in their numbers.
Okay. Remarkable. Very remarkable indeed.
Okay, so I know there's so many people that that are in need of assistance, you know, especially when it comes to access to healthcare. You know, tell us a bit about how do you find someone, you know, who you want to assist? Of course, you won't be able to do everything. You probably will not be able to reach everyone, but you know what you can do in your end within your community is very key. So tell us, you know, what for you would make you see someone and you are like, we really want to reach out, we want to help this person, or we want to help this individual. Are there any criteria? Or is it just, you know, as you are touched to help someone? How does that work?
Well, like I initially said before, like the choice of Gifting Volunteers Network does not just come because of the fact that I wanted to help people. I have my planned out when I was as an undergraduate, you know, as at that time, you know. The choice of Gifting Volunteer Network came in, like I said before, it was as a result of the Federal University of Technology, which is the school I attended, FUTA, who came for the rescue of my medical bill. I think 2018 appendicitis operation, I think, was 93,000 some nairas, and so they paid for it, not because of the fact that my parents or my guardians doesn't have the money. So before they came in, the bill has been sorted and all that. So, and it became a touching story. It's something that I couldn't hold on to, you know. If you had to wait for my parents to come, because my parents came in the next day. So, you know, in health institutions in Nigeria, if you don't have the financial will to make deposits, they will not attend to you and all that. So, like I said before, the choice of Gifting Volunteer Network came in as a result of the quick response of the Federal University of Technology, Akure. You know, in the process, if I have not gotten that financial assistance, that was rendered to me, it would have been a different boy. All my aspiration, my dreams to become something alive would have gone. So, in this context, to answer your question, you know, we get patients from federal health institutions, we get patients from state health institutions, we get patients from private hospital based on reference purpose and all that. So most time we have a workforce that goes around different hospitals to ask, okay, is there any sick people within this confine that we can render financial assistance to? So I think sometime last year I traveled to Epomans to see a friend, you know, in the course of traveling. So I asked, she is a nurse though. I asked my friend, he said, okay, you're a nurse, is anybody sick in your hospital? He said, no, there are patients in one hospital called Irua Specialty teaching hospital at Ekpoma. It's a federal health institution, where I was led to see 2 patients who had cancer. So, and the list of them, I think, was 3 years. One passed on, in the course of trying to crowdfund for the child, which we wanted to, but the second one, we're able to crowdfund, raise the financial assistance for the child, whom the cash was delivered like the way
the other case that we are looking at today.
MBLA came to report and all that. So our choice of picking people does not primarily based on tribal, ethnic, or gender. Okay. So, but we preferred to cater for those people from from 3 months to 25 years. This way they have sympathy from the people. The general public sympathizes with them more than the older generation who have spent some good years on earth. So gifting volunteer does not have a choice of people they render the assistance. So based on medical report that has been provided, based on verified cases from health institutions across the country.
Okay. Now let's take a look at your recent project, which is the 1.5 million naira donation to Mofeoluwa Grace Samuel, that is the daughter, a 1-year-old child to Folakemi Samuel, who has a hole in her heart. How did you come about that? And like you just mentioned now, that it is you go for those that are within the ages of 3 months old to 25. So that also informed you getting involved with Grace.
Yeah, actually, the choice of Grace, the Grace Mofeoluwa, I didn't know the mother from anywhere. I have not come in contact. Same people that we've rendered financial assistance. So the only person that I know that which we've been able to render financial assistance was one of an old-time friend whose child has hole in the heart. That was, I think it was sometime 2021 or 2020. 2020, yes, thereabout. So actually, it was through a female friend and Ronke. So she's a friend in university days. She called and all that. She knows that I'm into humanitarian assignments, delivering it on a large scale to people that who needs them and all that. So she reached it out and she said she has a friend whose child needs financial assistance. So in the procedure of gifting volunteers network, we don't just accept people's cases based on mere saying we want to confirm the case if the case is genuine. There are a lot of fake stories out there, siphon to siphon people's money, to rip off of people of the hard-earned money and all that. So what we did was I told her to send my contacts to the lady, which is the mother of Mofeoluwa. Then after some minutes, she reaches out to me and all that. And luckily, she resides in Lagos State, close to where I am and all that. So we decided to, first thing I told her was to send a medical report from the verified health institution. And I think the health institution report, she said, was lawsuit, I think thereabout. Then I told her to send me the consultant number. In gifting volunteer, we don't just pick up cases. So, when we are picking up cases, we want to confirm that the medical reports actually emanate from the health institution you're talking about. A consultant must sign under it that under his leadership, under his watch, is the one pending to the fact that the child is sick of sickness A or B and all that. So we reach out to the consultant, then he confirmed that it was real. And in my own discretion, I also went to the house to check if the child was really okay. Luckily enough for her and for us, the child was really sick. So that was how we were able to commence gifting volunteers. The crowdfunding for Grace Mofeoluwa, and whose financial assistance was delivered on the day you came to cover the events. Our case is just different because of the fact that the story that led to the birth of the child was pathetic enough. When my friend called, she was appealing, please, even though you have a lot of cases to handle, please, I want you to make this one a priority. A priority. We don't do that, but because the level of the case, like the story that comes with Grace Mofeoluwa was so touching, and she she has every right to live and not to go through the pain she passed through and all that. So, like we always tell people that every child, every Nigerian deserve a good life, irrespective of the age, irrespective of where you're coming from, because of the fact that in an advanced set in countries, these are things that are norm to citizens and all that. So we are trying to fill in the gap when the government is lacking and all that. So, well, definitely we, as we progress, delivering these humanitarian assignments to people in a large number, definitely one day we'll get to the attention of the government.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Do you collaborate with maybe similar bodies, similar organizations?
Or, bigger organizations,
into what you do? And then also, do you, perchance, maybe follow up on the progress of
yes, I was coming to that.
Yes, that you
progress
have helped,
reports, success stories
like that, or it's a one-off.
Well, in Nigeria setting, when you listen to people's advice, most time it's odd. If you want to do something, people advise you to write letter to this, write letter to this office, write letter to this. We've done all of that in the early stage of gifting volunteer. I think it was 2019. I had the privilege to reach out to undisclosed a governor's wife. So in one of the states, of reaching out to the person, because the child in question from Delta State, trying to reach out to the governor's wife. We're talking, along the line, and she promised to help. At the dying minutes, she started picking calls and all that. We've written several letters to ministries and all that. At the end of the day, they turned back. They didn't respond. They didn't even come for assistance. So for us not to be demoralized and all that, we proceed and creating campaign banners, put out the stories of the affected children or patients, for public to seek to the needs. If it's 2 naira, 3 naira, that's how we've been able to crowdfund for a lot of people. We've crowdfunded for. On the issue of partnership, Gifting Volunteer Network, we are still looking for partnership, most especially the foreign partners, who will come into at least to help us to see the needs, so that we will not go extra mile waiting for 4 months, 3 months, or 5 months before financial needs for these people that met. In the course of raising this fund, some people die in the process and all that. So there's nothing we can do. So the only thing we can do is to still push the way and manner we're pushing their stories, so that the general public can rise up to the needs, so that they can be funded before they go for their surgical needs and all that. And but don't forget that this organization has done a lot of work. A lot of work. Over 20 cases has been successfully cleared and all
20
that.
cases,
yes,
you said?
Yes, we've sent some people to abroad for medical treatment, And I think 2023, from November till December, I think we're able to clear like 3 people's medical bills before Grace Zone came in. So our money was ready. So, but because of the media people coming in and all, because we wanted to put everybody together so that they will cover and give the feedback that this is what we've been. So it wasn't complete. That's the reason why the donation, the presentation came in
this year,
2024.
Okay. If you don't mind, I think it would want for us to take a look
at that particular presentation of the dummy check to Grace Mofeoluwa.
Okay, so let's have that report now.
The rising cost of health
Hope I'm doing fine.
in Nigeria and
Yes,
other parts of the world have made it almost impossible for many to access quality health care. This is the case of baby Mofeoluwa, a 1-year-old girl who has a hole in her heart.
My name is Miraculously. I'm the mother to Grace Mofeoluwa. Grace was being diagnosed hole in the heart sometimes last year, September.
Mofeoluwa has had to live with this precarious health condition at such a early stage of her life, coupled with the fact that her parents cannot afford the cost for her operation.
Because of that, had to run echo and do some tests. That was how we found out that she was having hole in the heart, large ASD and VSD. So the doctor told us that she has to undergo some surgery. The surgery was going to cost 7 million naira.
But help came through a friend of Mofeoluwa's mother who connected her to a non-profit organization, Gifting Volunteer Network.
My name is Belele David Tamarau-kuro. I'm the founder of Gifting Volunteers Network, an organization that is centered on providing financial assistance to people who can afford their medical bills through public patronage.
Adding to the list of the several projects of Gifting Volunteer Network is the donation of the sum of 1.5 million naira to Mofeoluwa's heart surgery.
I'm grateful to everyone for reaching out to to Grace Mufeoluwa and for the contribution so far. So far, we have been able to raise 1.5 million, which the organization has already given to me.
Well, actually, as an organization, we don't have choice. All we're waiting for is the medical cost expenses for the child to come out from Tri-State Hospital or any institution that is deemed fit that she can undergo her medical treatment.
Raising funds for those who cannot afford medical expenses comes from a place of personal experience for David, as he also have been in such a condition.
Actually, I had a ruptured appendicitis. Well, a ruptured one where the school health center could not handle it. I was taken to Oludare Hospital there in Akure. Well, the institution had to pay for my medical bills. After I was healed completely, the surgery was done. I sat and said, what am I going to do to give it back to the society? That's what gave birth to Gifting Volunteers Network, impacting and saving lives.
As Folakemi Samuel expresses her gratitude to the volunteer network, she calls for more financial aid for her child's heart surgery.
I'm using this medium also to tell Nigerians that to be able to reach out to us or to complete the fund.
We use every means, local media connection, international media connection, to crowdfund for her so that she'll be fine.
The burden of high cost of healthcare can be reduced if the National Health Insurance Scheme is properly implemented and every citizen can access it whenever the need arises. Olasumbo Koromi, reporting for Ellen 24/7.
All right, fantastic. That was the presentation ceremony for little Grace.
Mufeoluwa Grace. Yes, Mufeoluwa.
Awesome. Yeah. And you know, we're expecting her to join us.
That's our mother.
Yes, her mother.
Yes.
We're expecting her to join us remotely any moment from now, so she can, you know, sort of give us her own point of view about everything and whether that was expected and all of that. Yes, so, but in the meantime,
we still have the conveyor or the founder of Gifting Volunteer Network. And of course, he's here to tell us what is next for Gifting Volunteer Network. And then, of course, you already mentioned that you did about 20 cases thereabout. So Zoe asked the question, and I didn't think I really got, you know, the satisfaction from the answer. When we talk about cases that you have handled, the follow-up, as in success stories from those cases, you know, we would really like to know how many out of these 20 years you've seen some, are they recuperating now, are they back in health and all of those kind of things, and then what is the 2024, this year 2024 looking like for Gifting Volunteer Network?
Well, thank you very much. And I like the success story of Gifting Volunteer. The stories are everywhere, you know. When you are proud of what you're doing and actually it speaks volume for itself, you can send people to go and confirm if these are from latest stories or not. These are journey stories that have been handled successfully by Gifting Volunteers Network. I don't know, maybe probably if you have access to our website, you know, from the inception of this, the operation of Gifting Volunteers Network, we've not been able to like to present story the way we did last year and all that. So we're giving money to people and then go to the hospital to make these payments. Some of these stories have been uploaded on our website, organization's website, so you can go there and see some of the stories. And so concerning some, so we're giving money, and in the course of the treatment they passed on and all that. So the reason why I'm saying successful stories is the sense that these stories have been funded completely. So it is God who take it and who give it. So
Exactly. Who gives
we are
health
not
at the end of the day.
we are not within to define who should live, who should not live. Do you get? So maybe a health issue that might be in someone's body for 10 years or 20 years. It might take the person 3 months or 4 months or 2 years to
feel better.
to terminate the life of the person. No. Do you get? So we don't determine all of that. It is God that determines that. But we have larger percent of the people who have been funded and they are still alive. So that's the reason why I say successful stories. Successful stories is that stories that have been funded. You know, when the stories are not being funded, you cannot say successful story because the financial requirement has been met. So it's within our archive, our profile, that this organization has been able to deliver this assignment to so persons and others. So that's the reason why I said successful stories.
That's good. I think I like that. So what is 2024 looking like for your network?
Well, in 2024, we have a lot to offer to the people generally. Like I said, even this week, today's Saturday, right?
Yes.
We have received over 5 kidney cases.
Wow.
It's really heart touching and all that. So we're looking forward to a partnership deal with people from international communities who will come in to rescue people that need assistance in their numbers and all that. So when we have the resources in our disposal without going to crowdfund for people, we can only dip and give it to them, so that we just call the media to come and cover the event and all that. So in 2024, we're looking at foreign partnership grants given so that these people health can be restored through financial means and all that. So we are looking forward to that by God's grace, and as we're working day to day, time to time, definitely God grant it and it will become a reality.
Of course, it will be.
Certainly.
Of course.
Okay, I'm not certain if
is Folake on now?
If she's I'm not certain that she is. But yeah. So in rounding off this discussion, what would you like? What message would you like to pass to the viewer? In terms of maybe philanthropy, or maybe reaching someone or helping someone to have maybe that would be the only chance at life. So what would your message be to the person watching us right now?
Well, like they said, health is a progressive nation for anybody. So a nation with good health, with good people, even though the advanced countries, most of their patients depend on good funding for their surgical needs and all of that. So my final message to everybody is that just keep fit and don't delay until if you feel any pain or any sickness within, go to the hospital to confirm if you're sick of ailment or not, so that you can get to the verified health institution so that you can get treatment for that. In 2024, we are looking out for more delivery of more cases for people. So actually, we're using this medium to call on people to come to the rescue of Gifting Volunteers now, so that even in partnership in anything, so that we can save people in their numbers. So this will don't determine this condition they find themselves.
Of course not.
Do you get it's to me, I would say it's a natural thing that happens and all that. So I want to use this medium to employ everybody to help, so that we can get people off their sick bed in their numbers. Thank you very much.
All right. Help where you can. You
Yes.
don't know. You just might be the reason why someone's life is, prolonged or why
Sustained.
someone's life is actually saved.
Yes.
So that's a beautiful thought.
Yes,
the
it is
thought
actually.
that, because of my help, my contribution, someone's life was saved. I think you'll feel good knowing that you had a hand in that. All right?
All right. Thank you very much to our guest, our personality in the house today, in person of Mr. David Tamarau-kuro. Did I pronounce that well?
Yes.
Yes, I did. All right.
You're close to like 80%.
Oh,
Tried.
okay. I tried. That's a pass mark. He is the founder of Gifting Volunteers Network, and he's been talking to us about, the network and what they have been up to, and their recent exploit in donating to the surgery of a 1-year-old that has a hole in her heart. And of course, we can get more details about them by going to their website. If you just quickly say your website once and maybe
www.giftingvolunteernetwork.org.
very easy.
Giftingvolunteernetwork.org.
So just go there, find out what they are doing, and you can also be part of what they are doing. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us.
very much
Thank you,
for
ma'am.
joining us today. All right, we'll take a break, and when we return, the program continues. Stay with us.